Go. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Sharon, my lovely. So it's just about to tick over to past. Our gentle theme today that I'll draw from the Yin Magic book is just to connect to the element of earth. I think when the seasons change, it's always nice to kind of come to ground and find our grounding. Oh, let Caitlin in, there we go. And also within the Yin system of connected organs and elements, the earth element connects to the stomach, which I think is really interesting, that when we feel ungrounded or we feel a little anxious, we do tend to feel it within our tummy. We feel that kind of sense of unease perhaps within our tummy. We might get that sense of butterflies. We might have what we call a gut feeling about something that isn't quite right. So it's interesting how these ideas sometimes are just quite intuitive. You might imagine that the tummy might be involved when we feel ungrounded or anxious in some way. So we'll work with some gentle poses to work around the kind of the belly and hip area, as always, very gentle. So with that in mind, for our first pose, we're just going to come to a gentle butterfly pose. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You can rest the hands wherever feels comfortable. And you can think about drawing the heels in towards the hips if you like, but it's not vital. So they don't have to be drawn right in if you'd rather have a little bit more space, especially here at the beginning of our practice. Our sit bones are settled into the earth, and we might think about rising up tall through the torso. A sense perhaps of gently drawing the knees down towards the earth, but this is not like, I don't know if anyone did ballet class as a child, but the teachers always used to come along and kind of push knees down. We're not doing any of that today. We're just thinking about gently drawing the butterfly wings down towards the earth. And we're just going to breathe here for a peaceful Yin minute. So you can close the eyes if you like. Just allowing ourselves to find our grounding, this gentle opener for the hips. And along with that, just this lovely sense at the very beginning of our class that we can take our time, to let the body settle, the breath settle, the mind settle a little perhaps as we begin to let go of the comings and goings of our day and our thoughts about work. Just taking our time to arrive here upon the earth and within our practice. From our beautiful butterfly, we'll gently open the eyes. What we're going to do from here, I'll mirror you. So we're going to leave the right knee bent and the heel drawn in towards the hips. And we're going to extend the left leg. We're going to go for a kind of 45-degree angle. So it's almost like one half of the leg stays in the butterfly, and then the other half is coming to like a wide leg position. So from here, we're just going to lay our hand upon the left leg, so the straight leg, but we're going to rotate our heart and torso towards the right leg. So we're turning the opposite way. But then from here, what we can do is we can gently float the right hand to the sky, and then we're just going to slide along the leg as if we were trying to kind of just shimmy down this line of the leg. And you can rest the hand wherever you like, so it can rest on the earth, it can rest on the leg. If you find having this arm up in the air is a little tough on the shoulder, then feel free just to let the hand drop, and we can just take that stretch through the torso without bringing the arm in at all. So know that that's an option. This is already quite a strong stretch here in the side body, so one of our stronger poses. So we'll be gentle with ourselves in the stronger poses. You can just let the head relax, so it might be the gaze will gently fall to the earth, or the left ear will just gently drop towards the shoulder. And this is our place to breathe and to be. Sense of gently opening through the heart, tummy and hips. Easeful breath. We won't stay in this one as long as some of the others, but if at any point the shoulder starts to get tired, just rest that hand. Beautiful. So from here, we'll just do a gentle sweep and rise. Lovely. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we straighten and draw in, so we swap over. So this time, right hand is just resting on that right leg. We're rotating the torso, so the hips, the heart, the shoulders towards that bent left knee. From here, we sweep the arm, and once again, we're just sliding along the leg. Be as restful with that upper arm as you like. Sometimes that kind of reaching over can feel quite strong around the arm. So we're just going to make it feel as easeful as possible. We'll take just a few more breaths here if that's comfortable for you. And once again, we'll just gently rise. Beautiful. Take a little shimmy with the shoulders if you like. You can take a little wiggle with the arms and shoulders if that feels good. And then from here, what we'll do, we're going to come to that wide leg pose known as the dragonfly in yin yoga. So just as far as is comfortable for you, you can have the legs as close together as you like. You can have a softness in the knees if you prefer. From here, we're just going to hinge from the hips, and we'll just start with a little tilt forward. That's always a good place to start, and that might feel enough. You might want to fork the hands. We might want to let the head hang. You might want to bring blocks or cushions underneath your heart or to rest your head upon. So take your time. Settling into the dragonfly to find that space within the hips, the inner thighs. Letting the head hang heavy. We'll take just a few more easeful breaths. And from here, we'll gently rise. We'll bring the hands to the earth and we'll rise up through the body. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to scoop the knees in. We're going to journey to a lovely child's pose. So take your time to bring in your cushions and blankets if you wish. A wide knee child's pose if that's comfortable. So big toes together to touch, knees wide, sit bum back onto heels. We'll reach the hands forward and bring in any bolsters, any support you'd like under the head or under the heart. And hopefully we can rest the head towards the earth and feel easeful here. Lovely connection to the earth. We'll just take a few more breaths here in lovely child's pose. And then from here, we're just going to gently bring the hands under the shoulders. We're going to come to tabletop for just a moment. So we'll let the hips come above the knees and the shoulders above the wrists. We're going to come into what we call the toe stretch next. I know some of you are familiar with this one. It's just a nice one to get into the muscles of the sole of the foot. It's always a bit of an interesting one. We hold it for just a minute, but know that you can rest if you want to. So all we do is we just tuck the toes under, and then we're just going to walk the weight back and sit upon the heels. And that's it, we're going to breathe. For the first few moments, it feels fine, and then sometimes after a few seconds in, you start to really feel it within the toes and the soles of the feet. But as our connection to the earth, and also the meridian line for the stomach, that earth element starts in the big toes, so it seems appropriate to take that little toe stretch here. We're halfway there. Nearly there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to all fours and ooh-wee. Give those toes a little wiggle, give them a little tappy tap, whatever feels good, just to kind of give the legs and the feet a little wiggle. Beautiful work, everybody. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to bring the bum to the earth, and once again we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. But what we're going to do is we're going to come to the reclining butterfly from here. So check that you've got some space behind you. Bring in any support in the form of cushions or blankets that you'd like. And as we recline to the earth, we can place the arms wherever is comfortable. So they might go wide, they might rest on the body, they might fall upon the earth above our heads. We can really settle and breathe here. This gentle opener for the hips, the front line of the body, the tummy, the chest, heart space. A really lovely place just to settle and breathe. I'll take just a few more moments here. Lovely restful place. Now when you're ready, we're just going to extend the legs long upon the ground and the arms long overhead if that's comfortable. So we're just creating a long line through the body. We can have a little stretch and wiggle if we like. And then we're just going to come to a gentle side stretch in that little crescent moon shape. So we're going to slide our feet and hands over to the right side, or whatever side we want to start with upon the mat. You can cross the legs at the ankles if you like. And just take a breath or two, a moment or two here. And when you're ready, we'll just slide over to the other side. So we'll take our feet and hands over to the left side, or whatever's the opposite side of you now. Just creating that little crescent moon shape. A little side stretch to the side of the body and around the side muscles of the tummy. And then as we come back to center, we come back to that long line for a moment, but then from here we're going to spread out like a star. We're shining our star beams in every direction. So we're extending through the arms wide, legs wide. And just having a lovely little stretch, expanding out upon the earth. And just when you feel ready, we'll just gently draw the arms back alongside the body. And we're just going to take a moment to settle into our Shavasana. So you guys are going to lay upon the earth. I'll just come up to seated. I can talk to you a little easier. And as we settle into this lovely few minutes of Shavasana, feel free to layer up if you want to. If you want to get blankets or cushions. Take your time to find your restful place. You can close the eyes as we Once more, allow the body to connect to the earth. Easeful breath and easeful body. Finding a place to settle into calm. And as we settle and relax here, I'm just going to read you a little bit from the book. As we journey through the season of autumn, we may let go of what we no longer need, just as nature does. The trees don't hold on to their leaves, safe in the knowledge that new leaves will bloom next season when spring arrives again. Perhaps we, as humans, could live accordingly, dropping whatever does not work for us and enjoying this time for introspection, meditation, and ease. As we move from autumn into winter, we may find time for rest and rejuvenation. Now, modern life and societal pressures may keep us racing around as we move towards the festive season, but we can always choose stillness, little moments to rest, to choose yin. As we move into the winter season, even if it is just for a moment, hopefully we can find these little opportunities to settle upon the earth, to breathe, and to have precious little moments in yin. And so, my beautiful yogis, perhaps the next inhale is a little longer, a little deeper than the last. Maybe we wiggle fingers and toes. You can take any luxurious twist or stretch or wiggle that you like as we just gently begin to bring our awareness back to the room and back to the day. In your own time, we can gently bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor. We can roll to our comfortable side in that little yogi recovery pose for a breath or two. And whenever you feel ready, we can rise to an easy seat. A moment's breath, a little moment's stillness before we journey on into the rest of our day. And hopefully we can carry just a little sense of that groundedness and ease with us on the journey. So we'll bring the hands to heart center in prayer. We'll just take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And here we can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other we say namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today, my darlings. I hope that you go forth and have a really, really lovely rest of your day, and that you stay warm and cozy wherever it is you are headed for the rest of your Tuesday.